Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hotline Classic Remastered. This time we are taking a look at the 1971 Dodge Charger. Last time out we had the Cinquecento, which was a tiny European minicar, and now we have the Charger. Yeah, this is the 71 Charger. I don't know what was going on in Polyphony's head when they decided what years of muscle cars they wanted. Personally, I would have much rather had a 69 Charger, but there we go, the 71 when it got redesigned and would eventually become, well, a humdrum personal luxury car. But this is before that. This is when this actually had a bit of power. I am very scared of this vehicle because the statistics are completely wrong for this course. Front engine and rear wheel drive, 567 horsepower, 1,528 kilos, one of the heaviest cars we've ever had. And the torque figure's ridiculous. So I think this might kill me. We'll see. I will say it hasn't got a massive amount to live up to, but we'll see how it gets along. It is going to get 6 slaps off the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 6 rally car, which set a time of 27.718. The Charger is not beating that, shall we say. In terms of where the Charger could go, well, we've had the Plymouth GTX, which was terrible. We had the Plymouth Cuda, which wasn't very good, so that's both of this car's stable mates. The Cuda, 32.4, so if this can beat that, then I guess that's a good thing. We had a Corvette go round, I think that's like a 31.6, and we've had a Classic Camaro, which wasn't bad, so yeah, it's like I said, there's not a lot to live up to here, so. But I tell you what, maybe it's the weight of this thing. This ain't half bad to drive. I mean, it's appalling, obviously, but I guess the length of the gear ratios and stuff, this ain't half bad to drive. Beats the Cuda. I don't know what gearbox is in this. We will find out in a second, but yeah, this is going sideways. Okay, we have got a 4-speed, but for whatever reason, first gear is the longest gear I have ever experienced in my entire life. It's apparently got a NASCAR transmission in it, I guess. 32.092, that is very, very quick. I kind of want this to beat that Corvette. Like I say, I think that Corvette was a 31.6. The Corvette also had a race mod, which probably makes a big difference on a big car like this. But we'll see. I think it's a lot like, I know this is sort of my holy grail argument this, but if you remember that Camaro we had ages ago that like was ridiculously quick, the 30th anniversary Camaro, and that was quick because it weighed a lot and it made a lot of torque and the gear ratios were really long, so it sort of conspired into this really nice driving car that was just really quick. And this is a lot more rudimentary than that, but this is very, very similar to that to drive, where because this is so big and weighty and has so much torque, it could sort of just get away with it. Like, it can get away with having this much power, and most cars can't. I'd love to see what this would be like with an extra. I can't believe I'm saying this about a muscle car. I'd love to see what this would be like with about 600 horsepower. I think this would be monstrous with 600 horsepower. But, unfortunately it has to make do with plebeian 567. This isn't even that good of a lap, really, and I think this might be quicker. Not quite. Actually, it's exactly the same lap time. Wow. I wouldn't be able to pull that off ever again in my life. I'll tell you what, that ain't half bad, and I think that could even go a bit quicker. What? That's insanity. That's really just... I was expecting this to be like one of the worst cars I have ever driven. in this series. And in truth, don't get me wrong, it's not good. But wow. Wow. Just wow. I think it could go quicker. Whether it would beat that Corvette or not, 31.657, maybe, if you tried hard enough, but I don't think it would go much quicker than that. But still, 31.721, that ain't half bad. 31.721 will place this into 149th place. It is quicker than the Toyota Celica, quicker than the Shelby GT500, which is a muscle car I forgot we've ran. Quicker than Nissan Stagia, quicker than Lotus Elise Sport, BMW 323 Ci. As mentioned, does lose out very slightly to the Corvette Stingray. Anything else really comparable to that other than this, though? No, not really. Not unless you want to start talking about the Camaro, but again, that's way newer than this. That is one of the biggest shocks I think I've had in the history of this series. That's really, really nice to drive. I did not expect to say that about the 71 Charger. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something a little bit less American. Until then, farewell.